consider yourself a high achiever, and to others, you appear to be highly successful. But inside of you, you are anxious and intimidated by the future. If yes, you might have high functioning anxiety. Well, this is what we will discuss today. Cleaning up your mental mess and helping you to take back control of your mental health and life. I will share how to spot the signs in yourself and how you can move through them as quickly as possible. Further, I will also share a couple of simple and powerful strategies to move through what you might be experiencing, because many don't even realize it until it is too late. So it is super important to address it. So what is high functioning anxiety? Usually people with high functioning anxiety are addicted to the prizes they receive as high achievers. So the feedback loop makes it necessarily impossible to stop the cycle. Secondly, people with high functioning anxiety tend to develop a lot of unhealthy mechanism to cope with people pleasing, perfection and procrastination, to name a few. First and foremost, you need to know high functioning anxiety is not a diagnosis, but this terminology covers a whole range of issues and symptoms related to overthinking, self-criticism and anxiety. Let me describe what it feels like to suffer from high performance anxiety, which will give you a better understanding of it. So here are a few examples of high functioning anxiety, what it might look like to others versus what you might be suffering inside. Example number 1. You may appear proactive, organized and always in control of others. But internally, your mind is preoccupied, prone to overthinking and overanalysis, always concerned about the future, or a tendency to dwell on the past mistakes, having difficulty to falling or staying asleep, or simply not getting enough rest. Example number 2. To others, you may seem punctual, proactive, determined and passionate about work, but internally you feel unproductive if you stop or take a break. So you keep pushing yourself to work harder and longer. You will find it difficult to slow down as you feel taking a break is a waste of time or feel unproductive, a mindset commonly known as productivity guilt. Example number 3. To others, you may seem like an outgoing personality, jovial, sociable and always willing to help others. But internally, you just can't say no to others. There is a strong need for people to like you, appreciate you, approve of you, and you are always anxious about making positive impressions, thereby struggling to set healthy boundaries. Some even develop nervous habits like nail biting, hair pulling, or leg shaking. If you resonate with any of the points that I just mentioned, then what you can do to help yourself to stay away from anxiety is to practice these 3 simple and powerful strategies every single day, making them a part of your lifestyle. Strategy number 1. Acceptance. Being non-judgmental and accepting that you have anxiety. Like many of us, it's absolutely okay. Practicing self-acceptance for all that you are and have done is the core principle here. This will enable you to be aware of your thought process and your inner fears. See, cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT) explains that you can manage your experience by changing the way you think and behave. That is, our experience of the world is based on how we interpret what is happening around us, which is also called cognitive appraisal. Once you start listening to your thoughts, your inner critic suggests worst case scenarios, come back to yourself and then reframe those thoughts and interpretations in a way that supports you with more rational response. If your inner critic says, if you don't submit a report on time, you will be fired, reply to it calmly. I have always ensured that the report reaches management on time, and even if I do, I will keep the relevant informed, thereby not going to lose my job. Strategy number 2. Self-care. By saying no, you are consciously reclaiming your control. By saying no to others, you are saying yes to yourself. Many perceive this as being selfish, but actually it is not. By doing so, you are simply recognizing and prioritizing your needs above the needs of others. This is nothing but reconnecting with yourself and making self a priority. This means you have grown out of the shackles and have learned to set healthy boundaries. This will enable you to identify your needs and make time for them, reminding yourself that you do deserve to take care of yourself. just the way you used to take care of others. Because if you don't, no one else will. Strategy number 3, good night's sleep. Learn to honor it. Many of us are in the habit of mobiling. That is, we lie in the bed, we start catching up with social media or watching the news, YouTube or Netflix. And the reason that we give ourselves is high pressure job, no time to breathe, lots of responsibilities and a busy day, no control over the daytime life, so on and so forth. If you keenly see, probably what you are trying to do here is to postpone sleeping, as you may have to wake up for tomorrow, which is full of things that you would love to avoid. Experts say this is a subconscious process as well. You need to know this is a vicious cycle. You have not only failed to prioritize your work and self-regulate today, but you are already setting up a platform for tomorrow, which will eventually end up making you feel really tired, not able to perform, feeling unproductive, and ending up in self-criticism. Now, do you see the vicious cycle at play here? So, the first thing you need to do is to keep your electronic devices away from your bedroom. The second thing is to ensure you pack up all your electronic devices at least 90 minutes before you hit the bed. Now, you can plan a bedtime routine and you can do things intentionally to calm down your state of mind. It can be taking a lukewarm water bath, listening to soothing music, meditating, reading few pages from your favorite book, practicing bedtime affirmation, or even prayers. Remind yourself that you deserve to look after yourself, because if you don't do it, no one else will. Well, if you ever have a question or want to have a conversation with me, feel free to get connected. Connect details are in the description box. Hopefully you have found value in this episode and understanding of high functioning anxiety. I hope you can apply one or more strategies to overcome your anxiety and make your self-care a priority. Thanks for tuning in. I am Krishna, productivity mindset coach and mentor. If you have liked this video, do subscribe, comment, give me a thumbs up and share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to press that red bell icon so that you will be notified as soon as I post new videos. Here the theme is be together, grow together. I can't wait to see you in the next video. God bless you.